Hey, what's good? What's happening? What's popping? Welcome to episode 58 of the Bacchanal Podcast with your host, K to the C, and
it's your boy Akil. I'm alive and well, and I'm back.
You made it, baby. What happened?
Made it. Fucking hurricane or tropical storm or tropical depression, whatever it is. Michael just came through and just moonwalked and just...
Hurricane Michael Myers came through.
Yeah, slashing, man. No joke. Gosh. But before we get to that, embark on two Trinidadian Canadians' journeys exploring games, movies, comics, and all-around foolishness. I'm your boy Keel. I'll be giving you the American perspective. Well, Casey, he's going to be giving you the Toronto Canadian goon.
What is with you in saying that?
Goon squad, screwface perspective from Toronto. So again,
next time we do the intro, we'll be like, and we got Akil. He's doing that white T-shirt, North Carolina swing-a-ling-a-linging. You know what I'm saying? Waffle House, syrup pouring,
lean drinking,
rim on the Chevy car driving.
Damn right. I'm giving you all that ignorance. Now, join us as we discuss this weekly's geeky news and all-around foolishness. Open your ears, tighten your cheeks, because you're in for hilarious and informative ride. This is the Bacchanal Podcast.
We just had some technical difficulties, man. We were
always.
Motherfucker said, you said what? Cut off on us. So we have to reset, restart.
I'm gonna say this shit again. I read the comments. I've heard that the audio goes in and out sometimes. And the thing is with Skype, before it cuts off on us, with Skype, it doesn't have a steady bandwidth. So if it's jumping, it'll cause the audio to go up and down as well. So we're looking at alternatives, and I found a couple, but they're a little pricey. So, with the free stuff that we're doing now, bear with us. But, in the future, if we start getting some money or a Patreon or something, we'll move towards the more pricier options with our audio. But just bear with us. We know.
And to be honest, in post, when I'm doing the editing, when I do catch those pops, I actually lower the volume on those spots specifically, piece by piece, brick by motherfucking brick. So appreciate the work we do for you people. But when I don't catch it and it flies through, I'm sorry.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
Do this for free, people, man. But yeah, we're working on it. We getting it together, man.
We are.
How you been, man?
Man, surviving, man. That shit knocked out my power. It knocked out my power on the. My bad. I wasn't trying to talk over you, but yeah, knocked it out.
I was asking how you doing.
It knocked it out on Thursday, and we didn't get back until late that Sunday afternoon. So just days and days without power. Mm-hmm. And then the funny thing is, it was only half the neighborhood. So one half had power, the other half didn't have power. So a lot of mean mugging when you're rolling through the neighborhood, like, look at this motherfucker with their air conditioning. Mm-hmm. And then you had other neighbors that had generators, so that even pissed me off even more because I was sleeping.
Hold up. You were that motherfucker going, look at this motherfucker.
Look at this motherfucker. I was thinking about it too. I was like, yo, I'm black. All I gotta do is wear all black.
Just watch the whole season of Atlanta, that Robin season. So,
thought about it, man. And had a couple neighbors and shit walking around that night. Had a nigga paranoid, man. Yeah. Oh, so we ran into some technical difficulties again because I was bad talking Skype.
Yeah, you can't talk
whenever I bad talk Skype, the Skype gods come and strike me down. Because they can't keep a steady bandwidth. They want to strike it down and fuck up his hustle. But it's all good. It is all good.
Shit.
Looking at alternatives, it is all good. Anyways, but yeah, with the whole power outage thing, yeah. Had me feel a little salty. And I live about, not too far from the hood. Like an 8 Mile when you cross the train track to in the hood. That's how my situation is. So I was like, I know some niggerdom is going on right down the road. So I was like, it's only a matter of time if we're out of power for enough days for it to reach me. So as each day went by, I got more and more paranoid. I was like, oh shit, today is the day. But
people still driving around with no power.
Oh yeah, people are driving around, and if you're an alcoholic and you lose your license, you could drive around with a scooter because you don't need a license to drive a scooter. So you got the crackheads and shit on these scooters.
Y'all have like people driving 4x4s, those little Jeep looking things. Do people drive those around you?
Yeah, sometimes, but that's more of a beach type thing.
Oh, okay.
You'll see that in Wilmington, but like where I'm at,
The
nah.
4-wheelers, you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah. 4-wheelers, dune buggies, stuff like that.
dune buggies, yeah.
You're gonna see that at the beach. You're gonna see that in Wilmington area, but not gonna see that in the city. You're gonna see crackheads on scooters going to the ABC store,
making moves,
man. You know, license ain't gonna stop me. Get my buzz. Fuck that. But yeah, other than that, man, I've been good. I had a bunch of schoolwork, so I didn't get to watch as much as I wanted to watch, but you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
Gotta be an adult. What you been up to, Casey?
Fuck, man, I'm in that Halloween type of mood right now, so I've been watching pure Halloween movies on Netflix. They've been killing it with their originals, all these films that they've been dropping on there. So I watched like Malevolent. It's kind of trash. It's cool. It's about a brother and sister who hook up with these other two people, and they create a crew of people who say they could see ghosts in houses and get rid of the spirits in a house. And they're hustling. They're straight hustling people out of money. They're going in your house saying, yeah, you have a ghost. Don't worry, we got them out. You know, that basic bullshit. But then they end up going to a house that is actually haunted, and they're in over their heads. So it's pretty dope to see what happens in that. It's an interesting like little movie, but it's not that great. But
sounds like a Disney Channel movie.
Nah, it's a little better than that.
Sorry,
Disney, what's wrong with Hold on? What's wrong with Disney? Oh, it has a show like that.
No, I'm just saying it sounds like some Disney Channel like original film, like from the same studio that brought you Hocus Pocus. Watch these kids go into this house.
It's a lot more violent, though. People getting their lips stitched together and shit. It's a lot more violent. Apostle, which I thought was awesome, even though it got a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb. But I thought it was great. It's the same writer-director as The Raid and The Raid 2. And he did a dope mini movie in VHS 2. That guy killed it. His name is Gareth Evans. So
I like VHS, so I'll check that out.
Yeah. So it's fucking violent, bloody thriller that I thought was great. It was awesome. You know, it's Netflix, so you know you just tune in. And either you think it's shit or it's good. I thought it was a good
free.
Watch.
It's free. You can't complain that damn free. Yeah.
I watched The Babysitter. That was
bullshit.
It had it was trash, but it had some funny parts to it. It had some things where like, not so shit. It's not a 2 out of 10, but you know, it's not a 7 either. You know what I mean? But it was a watch. And I watched The Haunting of Hill House. It's an interesting show. It's a slow move. I didn't watch the entire thing yet. I'm on the last 2 episodes, but that's all I got left. But it's a cool watch though so far. It's real slight-handed with the way they do shit. It's slick. It moves a little slow, but you know how Netflix TV shows are. But it has some creepy shit in it. Has a lot of scenes where it's a chill scene happening, and in the background they use a lot of out focus tricks where it looks like a body's in the background just standing there, and you're like, you wouldn't pay any mind to it, but then after you start really looking, you're like, holy shit, that is a fucking ghost in the background of this regular scene, you know? Or like you'll see like hands under like a piano, like just some creepy ghoulish hands, and just a scene of a kid like looking for something, you know, like just chilling out, having fun, just walking around. They do a cool job with like the makeup on the actors. So like if it's a grim, cold look, they give that one actor that, and like everybody else looks regular in the scene, but one person looks kind of like chilly and weird looking. Do you know what I mean?
I feel you.
I
don't know what you mean, but I feel you.
Well, you gotta
no idea what you mean, but I feel you.
But no, it's a good show. It's interesting.
I'll give it a watch.
They should have maybe just, you know, not held anything back. And I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but it feels like they're trying to go for, if it's popular, we'll do a season 2. I like when shows just go for it all and just leave it all on the table. You know what I mean? You watch a show and you're like, holy shit, there's no way they can come back from this. But this show feels like, oh man, they're holding back a little bit, stretching it out just in case they get a season 2.
Netflix has been cutting shit loose lately, but we'll get to that later.
We'll get into that for sure. Yeah. Good watch. I'd say check that out for sure.
Now, have you watched the new season of American Horror Story? Because that's going really well.
I'm only 1 episode on that whole series, so no.
Yeah, trash. Casey's trash. So you're on season 1, right?
I was just thinking, with the comic book talk we're gonna get into, instead of saying y'all trash, you could just be like, y'all Flash. y'all motherfuckers is Flash. We'll talk about
yeah, they'll see. So season 1 is Murder House, and there's a whole story with that. Now all
similar
that,
to that.
yeah, the events from that pertain to what's going on this season. Now, I will say that this new season starts off really slow. I didn't like the first 3 episodes. It's a situation where it's a group of characters that you really don't really give a shit about are in a bunker together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just in that one area for those first 3 episodes. You're just like, man, kill these people. These people are annoying as hell. I don't want to see them anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like the director hears, he's like, I got you, fam. And then from there on out, it's nonstop madness, and it's connecting to the other series of American Horror Stories. So
Dope.
it's a good story. I like the season The Coven with the Witches. Mm-hmm. So they're incorporated in this season. Murder House is about the birth of the Antichrist. That's incorporated with this new season. So I like it. It's a good mix. It's good seeing the same actor play multiple characters and portray different characteristics. You're like, oh, okay, they look the same, but it's clearly a different person. So that's pretty cool.
Idea. And that's showing the skill of the actor too, to be able to do these different ranges. That's pretty dope. No, that sounds interesting. Actually, it sounds like it's probably better than The Haunting of Hill House. So
just gotta get past those first 3 episodes, though. Damn.
Yeah. They got a table set though, you know what I mean? They gotta set things up.
And they set the table. They gave you the turkey, and it's at the point where you're trying to leave. Mm-hmm. And they keep telling you to come back for leftovers, and you're just like, I'm ready to go. But then when you finally come back, then you're like, okay, I'm glad I came back.
How many episodes is a season usually with this?
Shit. No.
More? Yeah. You don't have to say the exact number, but more than 13 or less usually.
I believe it's more than 13. It's not
okay.
like... Yeah.
Because if it's a 13, if it's like a 10, usually the first episode is like the introduction, and then they'll, start going off from there. But if it's more than 13, that means that's why it's probably 3 episodes of introduction. Yeah. 3 episodes of table setting, a lot of table setting, but they hit the ground running after that. I'm just like, okay. So just could a person like me who doesn't watch it at all just jump into that season and?
Yes, you could jump into that season, and it will inform you about the stuff about the other season to the point where you're like, okay, let me go back and watch this now because this is interesting. I want to see what led to them getting to this point in the story.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I didn't watch all of Murder House season 1, so it makes me want to go back and watch it. I'm like, okay, why is this character doing this? Let me go back and see that season to see what that character's motives are.
How many seasons does the show have? 6?
I want to say like 7 or 8. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. Check that out. Why not?
You ain't got shit else to do. Might as well.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
So what you been dealing with, cuz? What you been reading, watching? What you been doing?
Man, you want to talk about this. Let's not even bullshit. So me and Casey been reading the new Marvel What If comics. Mm-hmm. I told them that I read the Flash Thompson What If, where Flash Thompson becomes Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the most fucked up comics I read for this year. And I read Sex Criminals, which is a comic about ejaculating and slowing time and robbing people. And this comic was more fucked up than that.
This comic, they really went for it, and I like
that. They went for it. And we're gonna give spoilers. Fuck it.
Yeah. I would definitely say check it out. But it's definitely up there with the What Ifs. I remember I bought back in the 90s or even early 90s when I was really little. I bought the What If Peter Parker's parents were secret agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that. And it was pretty dope because back then it was just a concept that they thought of, but they later put it into the actual storylines later on in the 2000s. So maybe, that's what they're experimenting. These are their experimental ideas that they later on will do in the comic books later. Maybe in the future, Marvel might take the chance and get more violent like this. Because right off the top, when Flash is Spider-Man, you're seeing blood flying, people squirming, motherfuckers begging. You know what I mean?
Because he's like, yo, you just gave superpowers to a bully. And he's just beating the dog shit out of these villains, which is great.
Man. Faces hitting concrete and smacking hard. You don't see stuff like that violent in comic books these days. You know what I mean? Like you do, but not in a Spider-Man story. Like, anything you want to say? Like,
let's dive into it. So what I enjoyed about this comic is like when he'll save people, the people they saved are afraid. They're like, holy shit, like where are the cops?